credit belongs to the man who is in the arena. Dare greatly and build intentionally. Welcome to In the Arena Podcast. All right, welcome to In the Arena Podcast. We are on the on-site podcast for our 4th annual continuing education event. One of our great sponsors, a friend, a neighbor, second-time guest.
Yes.
Mr. Shawn Coffey, Allstate agent.
Yep.
And the name of you have your own segment of Allstate. What is the name of yours?
Yeah, so it's Coffey Insurance Agency. So small business owner, local business owner.
It's the CIA.
Correct. It is.
Oh,
it is.
that's so clutch.
Yeah.
CIA.
Yeah. So that's when you see it, right? The CIA branded. But yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm a North Shore, born and raised on the North Shore, in the community, so we, just here to serve the, people of pretty much the whole state, but one of our focuses is the North Shore. So, yeah.
So, we had you on the podcast. I'd recommend anybody who wants to learn not only how the insurance world works, but also just how to be a better business owner and in general. Shawn, it was a great conversation. And so there's a lot of good content there. But as an insurance agent, but also a business owner, right? Mm-hmm. How are you able to scale that business so efficiently, right? I mean, you have most insurance agents are like proud of their book of business, and they have one location that they've had forever, and they've built a reputation in the community. But you've been able to do that while also expanding and growing across all different areas. And your newest office is in New Orleans. That now you're servicing that community. So how have you been able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just the team. We were able to open a new office on the South Shore recently, and then what that does, that's some new logistical challenges, but it really starts with the people that you have in your organization, and then really enabling them to do their job as successful as possible. When you start off, especially if you start at the bottom from scratch, you kind of have to do everything yourself, right?
Sure.
And then there's that growing process, as you grow, having the ability to delegate, and then letting those people that you task with that delegation, you enable them to do their job as efficiently and as successful as they can. So
there's a book that I just read called The Science of Scaling.
Okay.
It's a great book. Mm-hmm. And Jonah doesn't know it yet, but we're all reading it next quarter.
Cool with me.
And so the book talks about that exact same thing, right? Like if you run your business in one of two ways, you likely aren't ready to scale. One is if you don't want to scale, you're good at being where you're at, and that's perfectly fine. The second thing is if you build your business around you and you just have 1,000 helpers, right? I think it's Jim Collins who wrote Good to Great. That's kind of one of his things. And as I'm getting far along in my business career, I'm realizing that enabling, like you said, is the key. Mm-hmm. And what most business owners don't think about, and what you're positioned well to do as you're acquiring these different agencies, is that you know what is necessary as a team in general to accomplish what you want to accomplish, right? It's like a football team, right? You got 2 tackles, 2 guards, a center, a tight end, some receivers, running back, and quarterback. Now you just got to go find the right person to fit those roles.
Right.
You see that clearly as an insurance person, right? I know I have these different roles I got to fill, and now I just got to put people in there, and then the next thing I got to do is tell them what the task they have to accomplish is, the standard at which I expect them to do it, and the conditions in which they have to meet it. And if you can do that, let them figure out how to accomplish the actual technical strategy part and get where you want. But if you tell them what you want, the task, the standard to which you expect it to be done, and the conditions that they have to meet, then you let them go figure out how to do it. I think that's kind of what you're telling me. You're enabling them to kind of figure out how to get to the goal by telling them what the goal is and how you want them to get there and what conditions they have to meet.
Yeah, and I would even take it a step further you have the different positions and they all have a specific duty, but then who's leading those players, right?
Yeah.
Do you have the right coaches in place? Do you have, the right leaders? So that was something that we took a step forward this year is I grew my leadership team.
Very cool.
We went from 2 managers to 4. We also have a couple team leads that help on our sales team. So it's one thing to coach the players, but then, how far do you want to take your business? So do you have the leadership team under you to convey that message to the rest of the team? So
good.
Well, I don't know if people that may not have listened to it or known, but a lot of what you have a lot of accountability on Zoom. Mm-hmm. And so all this talk of the leadership and the teams and all that layout, that's all mostly over Zoom.
Yeah.
Right? Like
probably 60% of our
60%.
team. Yeah.
So like you're maintaining that leadership and getting the right people in the right roles, but also you have the accountability of being on Zoom all day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of its own separate type of difficult, but you guys clearly are able to do that really well.
For sure.
And people
know?
think that, like, I'm reading a book called Marine Maxims as well, and one of the maxims was inspect what you expect, but it's not from a micromanagement standpoint. You're not trying to catch somebody doing something wrong or telling them how to get it done. You're checking the task and checking the standard and making sure they're meeting those things. And if they are, you're looking for opportunities to give people props for getting there, as opposed to. And I think that that's a big part of it. Like I don't want to ask too many questions because now I'm micromanaging. Asking the questions is not the micromanaging part. Telling them how to do their job is the micromanaging part, right? And so I totally agree with you. We've started having a daily 1-hour meeting to go over the files, to listen to my team on how they plan on solving the problems, giving them feedback on how to do it, and then checking the next day to make sure it's being done. But it's just checking to make sure that the standard's being met, not telling them how to accomplish their own goal.
Yeah.
They're smart people. I have attorneys who have been doing, have a law degree for a reason. I don't need to tell them the answers to the questions. I just need to make sure that they're communicating and getting the things done according to my standard, which is very cool. And you can do that and grow your business if you're a good leader and you have that good perspective. And I think a lot of people miss that boat, or they're scared because they don't know exactly how that works. And you got to take a swing at it, figure it out, right? How many iterations of your process have you gone through before you're where you're at now?
Right. It's like it's an everyday thing.
every day.
But to the Zoom especially when you're interviewing people, it's a good indicator for us if that turns someone off, because it's not a micromanaging thing. If anything, it's built into our culture. So what it does is it creates like a virtual team,
to hang out,
exactly.
It's the same thing of having a big old bullpen of people. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and it's amazing because we didn't do it all the time. And when you have multi-locations and your team don't see each other every day, that infighting starts, right? Like, oh, well, this person's over here, it's doing this. It's like as soon as you put everyone on camera, everyone's like, oh, that's a real person, right? It's amazing the benefits that you get from further creating that culture.
Probably makes the Christmas parties a little less awkward too. If you've never met the person ever, and you're like, oh, what do you do?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So are you looking to grow in 2026? You add more people to your team? You're looking to bring on some,
Yeah, we're always growing, right? Like if you're not growing, you're dying. I have that philosophy. So
agents and sales reps, admin, leaders, the whole nine?
Definitely agents.
Okay, cool.
So I usually I promote within for leadership most of the time. So always looking to grow the team. So if it's the right person that fits our culture, that's like number one for us, then we'll always make space if it's the right person.
All right, man, you heard it here first. CIA is looking for some good agents to feed
Always.
the
Right. That's
Well,
right.
I appreciate you sponsoring the event, man. This is the 4th year, and people come to me and say, you did a good job. I have great people, but this event doesn't go around if we don't have our sponsors. So I really appreciate it. What'd you think about it?
I was amazing. So I appreciate the invite. Looking forward to the next one, hopefully. And don't know the last time I've been to a event like this that was so well put together and thought of. So I appreciate all the work y'all done with it.
As a sponsor, what do you think your favorite part and the biggest value add you got today?
I wasn't expecting it, but I think the one-on-ones or like the group meetings with all the sponsors was really cool. I don't know if I've ever experienced that, so I thought that was really, really good.
Cool.
And just the overall setup I thought was
very cool.
Was on point.
Last year we were looking to grow our business side of our law firm practice, and we just felt like a sponsor who comes to this event sits and waits for this realtors to come out to network, and you have a lot of downtime. And we already had people. We actually we had a guy come to speak last year that we wanted to get the most squeeze out of. The most juice out of it. So we had him come speak inside, had him speak outside, had him speak a couple other things. So it kind of gave us the idea, and I think it's a huge value add.
Yeah.
We do a lot of events too, and you sit around a lot. It's good that you can get some value, and this venue is always great. George and at the Beer Garden and Gavin at Maribo, Jay Bird, they kill it every year. Food's great, venue's great. So, well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Yep.
Thank you, Shawn.